What's going on, guys? I just wanted to put out another final update video. I'm actually really thinking about running Drytron for this Houston event tomorrow. I played this deck yesterday at my locals and went undefeated, and it worked really well, and it kind of swayed me to think about maybe playing the deck for the large event. It's really good. Like, I don't know, I'm not super familiar with the combos yet. I still have to think a little bit. Especially whenever I'm hand trapped, but I'm considering running this. I just wanted to go through this deck profile a little bit more. Really the side deck is what changed my mind. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So we're running the standard 3 alpha, 3 zeta, and then I'm just running 1 gamma, 1 delta. I want to have all the names. I do now see the value of delta. I was testing it, even though I'm running Pot of Prosperity. Having the name is actually really nice because a lot of times you will end up getting to this to draw a card, and it's kind of like a Chaos Space draw in Dragon Link, where like that can like be the difference between going really large on your combo or just getting a +1. So I think this is the right ratio. You run 3-3-1-1. I don't think 2 gamma is awful. It can definitely help you play through Droll, but I think only 1 is really necessary, and it's all that I've been running at the moment. So that's the Drytrons. As far as the ritual monsters, I'm just running the minimum package, which is Ultimateness, the 3 Cyber Angels, and then 1 ritual spell. I am considering running a 2nd ritual spell because if players are running DD Crow, I don't know if they're doing that yet. They DD Crow my ritual spell, I basically lose. So right now this deck list is 40. I might just run 41 tomorrow to be safe and have a 2nd ritual spell in there. But right now I was just doing 1 with testing. As far as the other part of the fairy package that aren't hand traps, you run 3 Diviner, and I'm still running 2 Eva. I had tried cutting it down to 1, but I think 2 is actually right. If you can stop their hand trap and you get to double Eva on your Herald, you basically just win unless they have Droplet or Dark Ruler. So I think running 2 is worth it just for that, and it's not even the worst draw. If you like normal summon it to make a Mu Beta play, it's not terrible because you can get fairies in the graveyard by the time you send the Mu Beta, so that you get more value off the Eva. So I'm running 2. I think that's right because it makes it where your full combo goes larger than it would be able to otherwise. And then for the hand traps, I do think the 1 Lancey is right because Tri Brigade is going to be common here, and all the times I win the dice roll and I grab Lancey against Tri Brigade, that's probably a free win. 3 Droll, this is debatable that it should be maybe like Effect Veiler and I should side Droll. But for the, I'm not really sure. I don't have room in my side deck. So the side deck is actually where I'm the most concerned with what 1 to side and 2 how to side in and out. I haven't practiced that a lot, which makes me anxious to play this at a tournament. But I'm just going to main deck the Drolls, main deck the 3 Heralds, and then the only other going second card is Triple Forbidden Droplet. I'm getting to borrow droplets for this event, which is one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to play Drytron over Dragon Link, because Droplet is just so good in Drytron, because the discard does not matter ever, and in Dragon Link sometimes it does. The Droplet is mainly the reason why I'm wanting to switch over to Drytron, since I officially have the entire deck now. As far as the remaining part of the deck for spells, 3 Pot, 3 Emergency, Foolish, Triple Nova. These are all consistency cards. You gotta run 3 of all max them out on all of them. So Foolish and Nova and Cyber Emergency are basically the same thing. It's a Drytron name of my choice. Pot is there to grab a search or a Called by the Grave or some way to stop a hand trap, and it's just, I think it's mandatory that you have to run Pot of Prosperity. The last 2 cards are Called by the Grave and Instant Fusion, which you need to run both of these so that you can minimize the disruption of hand traps. I did some math and testing, like on Dueling Book. I just randomized that opening hand like 100 times, and roughly speaking, it was like 70% of the time I can get to a Called by, Instant Fusion, or Orange Light plus Fairy turn 1 to stop like a Droll. And then like 80% of the time you go full combo with Alpha Zeta in your opening, and like 60% of the time you get Alpha Zeta plus Called by Instant Fusion orange, a way to stop a hand trap. And those numbers are really good. So you definitely run these along with the Pot of Prosperity to minimize the impact of hand traps. And this might be a little controversial what I'm going to do with the extra deck. So I'm running Link Treebo, IP, Phoenix. I might actually cut Phoenix. I banished this. I have yet to summon this one time. I don't know if it's really worth the slot. But Phoenix, Unicorn, Appaloosa. I'm running Boral Sword. There are pros and cons to running Boral Sword versus Access Code. Access Code is good, but it doesn't always lead to lethal. You can't always kill them because the 5300 plus 2000 is 7300. Whereas Boral Sword with a Drytron in attack mode or 2000 in attack mode is 8000 damage. So a lot of times Boral Sword is actually lethal whenever Access Code isn't. And I would rather, this deals more damage overall. So I would rather have that over the Access Code on average. Access Code is still really good. It's just on average, Boral Sword is better, in my opinion. So that's why I'm running the Boral Sword. As far as the XYZs, running 2 Mu Beta, Beatrice, and then I'm running Downward Zeus. I'm not running the rank 1 like Nightingale or whatever other one it is. I don't know if it's really needed. Like just looking at the metagame, like in general, players tend to put things in defense to play around like Lightning Storm and stuff when going first, like good players do. So just summoning a Mu Beta and then hitting into a defense position monster isn't the worst thing to then overlay that into Downward and then Zeus. I just don't think that the scenario where you need to go into Zeus and they have no defense position monsters comes up enough. So I just cut out that rank 1. That might be wrong, it might be right, but that's what I'm going to run with currently with my deck list. So minimum XYZs there, and then we run 1 Herald and 1 Etnus. I think that's the right ratio, just so you have flexibility. You generally don't need to summon this twice, or send this twice. So I'd rather have the flexibility between the two. I got the Millennium Eyes Restrict, and then the thing that's actually super strong that's making me want to play this is it's running 1 Construct, and this will go into the side deck. So let me go ahead and jump into that real quick. So in the side deck, the deck sides into Aerial, Dragon, and triple Shaddoll Fusion, along with a App Cologne, and then it already has one of these in here as it is. So what this does is it lets you have really strong going second turns where you can break Tri-Brigade's opening board. Like if their opening board ends on like Appaloosa and Revolt, just a single Shaddoll Fusion breaks the board. You Shaddoll Fusion, you send these to summon App Cologne, and you put Aerial on Chain Link 3, so that's the only thing they can negate. And then Dragon is going to pop Revolt, forcing the activation. App Cologne is going to negate Appaloosa, and then Appaloosa can negate Aerial. So you end up with the Shaddoll Fusion traded with Revolt's activation and Appaloosa's effect, and then they will banish this off of their link coming out. But Shaddoll Fusion traded into their Appaloosa and the Revolt, which is super strong. But even if that's not the ending board, Shaddoll Fusion can like hit like there can be only 1. It can hit cards that are statically messing you up. And it can also Shaddoll Fusion with Construct becomes Foolish Burial. So you can just use it to Foolish Burial. So you run 3, you can side into 3 additional Foolish Burials on going second, and that's really strong. This also is really good against the Dragon Link board, where one you're going to be able to banish some of their stuff probably, but the App Cologne will force the seal activation, like all sorts of stuff. This breaks the board really well, and in a way that's convenient. I guess what I mean by convenient is it doesn't take, like I was going to run Alpha, for example, the Alpha Master Beast, but I don't like the Alpha play into Drytron because they can just negate the summon with Herald, and I don't have anything to show for it. I can go Shaddoll Fusion, and they go Herald, chain Droplet, sending Shaddoll Fusion and a monster to negate 2 cards on the field. It's really strong. and this lets me break through it a lot easier while still getting more resources going. So I think this is like amazing for the side deck and should definitely be in there, which is why the extra deck looks a little weird, having to cut corners to make the room for everything. The rest of the side deck is the other two Lancias, just for like Tri-Brigade or Dinos. I'm not sold on if I should run triple tactics. It seems like it's good because Drytron needs minimum hand opening to combo off, and then if they interrupt you, then this just punishes it really badly. But this is definitely the most cuttable card in the side deck, I think. And then I'm running 2 Twin Twister, 2 Evenly, and Red Reboot. I'm not sure about these ratios. So here's the other thing I'm not sure about. I definitely think I have to run Twin Twister for things like Anti-Spell Fragrance and Imperial Order, which might come up. And by proxy, Red Reboot is kind of like a third Twin Twister for that specific opening. But Twin Twister is also really good against... I'm sorry. The reason why I'm not running 3 Twin Twister and over 2 Twin and 1 Red Reboot is because Red Reboot is just stronger against trap decks in general. So I'd rather have that over the third, but it substitutes for the same function. Like the reason I'm not running Lightning Storms is specifically for Imperial Order and Anti-Spell Fragrance. And then Evenly Matched just seems like a really good call for this deck. Like no one's gonna side Lancia against this deck, so Evenly Matched will always go off. So like I could bait a activation with like Shaddoll Fusion and then go to battle phase Evenly Matched, and then depending on my hand, just combo off in main phase 2. But I don't know if 2 is right. Like maybe this should be 3, and I should run 3 Twin Twister and like no triple tactics. Like I'm not really sure the ratio on this. But yeah, that's the deck at the moment as it is. It's really strong, and I think I might run it. I'm still considering it, but it'll either be this deck specifically or the Dragon Link deck that I posted a few days ago, and I'll make an update video next week. So thanks for watching. Take care.